shit crack.
Peace, 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 family. How you all doing? My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Ascendant Astrology, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I'm going to be doing the Leo and Aquarius axis. So, Leo is opposite Aquarius, which makes it a polarity, a pole from one end to another, and a place where we need to find balance. So, um, Leo is the fifth house, Aquarius is the 11th house. They both work together and by way of balancing each other out. And the Leo Aquarius axis is how you express yourself and how you take that expression into the world, Aquarius. It can also be about the bigger picture of creation, meaning how we evolve, how we grow, what is progressive, and what is next. This is how we use our creativity and how we take a risk on doing something new and different. Together, that's what they both mean. Leo is a fixed fire sign. It's focused on the self and aware of its own gifts, what you desire to create in your own way and on your own terms. Now, everyone has the ability to create. Like, if you're not good at painting, there are other ways that you're designed to create. For example, biologically, Leo is the ruler of the co-creatrix. I've talked about this in great length before. It's called the creatrix, which is the act of actually, birthing a baby. Um, and the children that you bring into this world. Um, um, so there's creation, co-creation, and recreation. That's the other way that this shows up. Like what you enjoy and do for fun. Leo is the inner child, it's playfulness. Leo is the moment, is in the moment energy, your willpower and desire, what lights you up, because Leo wants to be acknowledged. It wants someone to say, good job. It wants somebody to show appreciation and give recognition for their creativity. This is also the energy of it's okay to clap for yourself and allow yourself to shine like the sun, because Leo's ruled by the sun. And then Aquarius is a fixed air sign. It's the collective energy. It's the mind, the vision, the third eye, what's different, unique, crazy, and off the wall, how to do it differently, how to see things differently, how to evolve this concept or idea into something else or into the tangible, material, physical worlds. It can be either way. Um, or a solution to a problem. Um, Aquarius is the group, others, what is working, what is not working, where change is needed and necessary. Aquarius can be disruptive, meaning um, creativity comes from chaos, or like Tupac talked a lot about the concrete rose, or pressure creates diamonds. It's kind of this theology idea, expression. Aquarius comes from chaos, from things falling down. And then you look and say, how do we rebuild? How do we come together in a new way? Aquarius gives us a new lens to see things through, a new way to accept all the pieces and how to create a new system or how to piece things together like a watch. This is why, well, there's plenty of reasons why Dr. Manhattan is Aquarius, but um, just by way of using this example of a watch and how many pieces go into the watch, I often talk about Benjamin Banneker because he created the watch, the clock, um, but not time, right? So he does a lot of work scientifically and using astrology and the planets. He's my biggest hero. I've probably read like all of his freaking books, but to me, he is the creator of astrology. He was the first person that brought something from the sky, from the planets, understanding of it into the real world just by way of making a clock. I mean, when you look at the Empress, Empress, I hope I'm saying that right. Pretty sure I am. I just don't say it often, so it sounds weird. But the Empress is like a chart, um, kind of like a guide used by farmers that show you when's the right time to grow. And this is how you can calculate what the weather is going to be like for the year and kind of all those things. It's this real big chart, like a map, and it can tell you, I think it's like 5 years in advance. They renew it every 5 years. And it's the same process with the planets. So the same Benjamin Banneker, the same person who invented the clock, the watch, also invented the Empress. And that's what we use as astrologers. It's the same thing. It's like a big map that can show you 5 years in advance every single planet, every single transit ever for that 5 year period of time. It's really kind of cool. I would do some research on it if you're into astrology that much, to understand how time is pulled from through the stars. That's all we're doing is telling time. I remember I gave a very simplistic, I did a video on this. It might be on my other IG page talking about how that's really what all astrology is to show us what time it is. And people were so infuriated by that simplistic example because it's supposed to be long and complicated, and it is, and it isn't. It's all the same thing, guys. But anyway, before I go on a tangent, because I'm very passionate about that topic, but it was just interesting to see how people reacted to it. But essentially, what we're talking about when we're talking about Aquarius is not just the creatrix of a child or the act of having a child, but also the act of how planets are, the way scientists find planets and the birth of planets and their story from an ancient theological perspective. And it's story time. This is how we learn through our expressions of things that happen in ancient times, and then how that's brought down to and simplified into 3D realm, and how we can be experiencing the very same things and ideologies. It's very interesting, kind of like religion was created. Um, Not to say that astrology was created from the stars, the planets is exactly what it is. It's just, when you say stuff like that, all the religious people get, you know. So it's a creation from what we call in the spiritual world as above, so below. So as what's going on in the sky is happening so below down here on earth. And then it goes on to say as within, because all the stars and the planets are within us, as without. And that's how we use that connection to manifest in the 3D realm. So Aquarius is really talking about, why you're here. What did you come back here for? What did you come on this earth to do, to create and give back to the world, essentially? What archetype are you playing out in this world? That's why when you go through a spiritual class, they'll give you a name, like one of the ancient names of any of the ancient deities. or you'll see other people with, names that they've given themselves because they recognize who they are archetypally as a role in their life. I mean, it's so simple, it's complicated. Because that's what we do down here on Earth. We complicate the simple things. Anyway, it's really cool. It's a cool thing to study. Um, da, 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 da. And how to create systems. Sometimes Aquarius can be too far out there, overly stretched, overly concerned with other people, what other people think of them, what other people feel about them, and what other people are all about. This is where Leo can bring balance by checking in with your heart's desire to stay focused on you and not others. You don't have to do things because other people are doing them. Also, understanding how you are your own unique individual and how you're designed to go your own way and do things on your own terms. And Leo can support that. Leo is being strong and confident in who you are. Leo is also taking a risk to be yourself in a group, in a society, or in a family with your friends and allowing you to be strong within that understanding. Now, Leo can be about self and what I want and what I need, and this is my way or the highway. And Aquarius is going to stretch you out and help you see things in a different way. It's going to show you that you can do things in a different way and you can interact with others and you can still interact with others. Consider how others will react to what you are putting out there and how they see you, how to communicate so others can understand. And Aquarius can learn from Leo, like doing things your own way, being strong in your own energy. You don't have to fit in the crowd and know what you need and what you want to stay grounded. So I really like this explanation of the polarities for this one, mostly because Pluto's going to be in Aquarius, and I think that's going to be the strongest transit throughout all the transits for the next 20 years, because it is about evolution and stepping into your power and who you are and creating yourself, expressing yourself in a higher expression of God, essentially, your I am. So. It's going to be very interesting. People are going to be turned upside down and inside out until they get it right. But essentially, it's also about community and coming together and how we build and create together the way the Egyptians built the pyramids, right? And the hard work that it takes and why it's important for people to find their soul tribe and build with like-minded people where there's no discord, even though we tend to over sensualize that, I think, here on the 3D of the importance of being able to express those things, right? To say when you're upset. Not every day is going to be a good day. You're going to have some pretty shitty days. And it's like, but again, how are people viewing you? It's not what you do, it's how you do it, right? And so being an adult and being mature about that makes all the difference. And I think that's what we're going to be infighting and battling between whatever's coming up in your Aquarius and Leo area of life for the next 20 years until you get strong and grounded in your I am, and building with like-minded people to help the world become a better place or to go back home. You know, remembering why you came here and learning the lesson is essentially always about going back home. Some people might see that as death or peace on earth, your utopia, freedom, just to be and live free without worry, stress, hatred, violence, and now we're starting to get into the very, you know, Rastafari way of life, essentially that's the utopia. And that's what we're really all here to create, or sovereignty, some people might call it. everybody's going to have their own name and expression for it, but essentially it's about happiness and loving on one another and learning to live and co-create with one another. So, as usual, family, I hope you found this information helpful. I love and appreciate you. Peace.